Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about my trip to Edinburgh in Scotland. A bunch of us, actually 10 of us, left on Friday. We took the plane to Billund in the middle of nowhere in Jutland, and then flew to Edinburgh in Scotland. We were flying with low-cost airlines, so our flights were late. So we got a little later than expected to Edinburgh, which was okay. Our hostel was perfectly located. It was brand new. It was clean. So if ever you need recommendations or suggestions to if you're going to Edinburgh, don't hesitate to comment. So Friday night we went out to a pub close to our hostel, and there we were, a bunch of international students in Edinburgh, and the first people that we met were Danes. So that was quite funny. We spent the evening with them, talking Danish, a little half English, half Danish. It was a little weird how it was funny because the whole weekend we spoke a lot of Danish and we were just being Danish and we had a lot of fun. I went with, most people I went with were with me in my pre-semester Danish class. That's how good friends we've become. And yeah, so on Saturday morning we decided to take a free walking tour of Edinburgh. Our guide was amazing, and she was Canadian, but she has been living in Edinburgh for 5 years, so she had a little bit of a Scottish accent. And it was very informative and very useful because we knew our way around the city afterwards. And she showed us where J.K. Rowling wrote the first few Harry Potter books. She showed us the cafe and the window at which J.K. Rowling sat. And she also showed us a cemetery from which she took most of the names of her characters. And I think we saw Turnbull and Crumby. Anyways, we saw two tombstones that we thought were characters in Harry Potter books. And so that was quite funny. And then just behind the cemetery is a very fancy high school, which is called St. George something. I can't remember the exact name, but it's apparently the school that inspired Hogwarts. And it was I actually had noticed the school before we went there as part of the tour, and I thought it looked it resembled a lot Hogwarts. And then when she told us, I realized that I was right, and so that was really interesting. And then on Saturday was also a huge rugby game between Scotland and England, and there's a big rivalry between England and Scotland, so that was a lot of fun. We saw a lot of drunk Scotsmen, and and it's a good thing that it was a tie, because if Scotland would have lost, I think it would have been crazy riots everywhere. And yeah, so we had a lot of fun on Saturday night as well. And it was just interesting to hang around with people that have a different mentality than Danes, and being in an English-speaking country, although Scots have a very different accent, which makes it a little hard to understand them sometimes. But it was refreshing to see something else. And but at the same time, when we came back home on Monday, it just made me realize that Copenhagen really became a home for me. And yeah, so I was glad to go back home on Monday, though I had a really great time in Edinburgh. And now I really want to visit the Highlands of Scotland and Ireland as well. I think they probably have similar countryside. But so I'm definitely gonna go back to Scotland, and I had a lot of fun in Edinburgh. Oh, and also it was really nice because we three of us had friends in that are either living or studying in Edinburgh, so they showed us around and took us to places where the locals go, and so we had the chance to visit the university and hang out in the library bar, actually it's called, and it looks so much like the common rooms of Harry Potter. If any of you has seen the movies, it's just filled with books and red lights, and it was great to go there, and we met some great people. We actually met a few Canadians there. So yes, great encounters, and all in all, I totally recommend going to Edinburgh for a weekend. It's worth it, and weather was really nice, and now we're back in exceptionally sunny Copenhagen. So yes, I guess that's a really short entry to tell you about my weekend. I'll post some pictures on my Flickr explaining pictures and adding descriptions and all. And hopefully I'll do a new entry really soon to tell you what's up in Copenhagen.